It's time for another book tag. Today's the phone apps book tag. Stay tuned, that's coming right up here on Drew's Book Reviews. Alright. Thanks for tuning in to Drew's Book Reviews for the phone apps book tag. I first saw this book tag over on the Nerdy Narratives channel. I will link that down below so you can go and check out Leslie from the Nerdy Narrative, her version of this book tag, and I'm excited to do this as well. When I first saw it, I thought, wow, that's actually kind of a cool book tag. I'm going to check that out. So here we are doing the phone apps book tag. And of course, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You can follow me on my Discord. I've got my Bookstagram link down below as well. So definitely check that out. So let's do the phone apps book tag. First prompt we have is Contacts app. Select a random contact in your phone and recommend that person a book. For this, my random contact choice was going to be Leanne, and I choose The Next Mormons because this is a fantastic book about the history and how religiosity is changing in America, and I thought you might be interested to see what it has to say, primarily because it's a fascinating subject, and I think it would be really relevant for those who are in a religious setting, whether that's particularly the Mormon Church or any other church, really, to kind of understand what the trends are. And there's absolutely nothing negative in this book about religion or Mormonism whatsoever, but really it's just to focus on what are the trends and what is happening and why is it happening. And I think it would be a really eye-opening and good read, and that's the one that I would recommend. Second prompt, camera app. Share the last photo of a book you saved to your phone. Well, that is going to be Night Watch by Terry Pratchett. As of the filming, this is the last book or last picture that I saved to my phone of a book. So this is actually a pretty good book, by the way. If you haven't read Discworld, check it out. Anything to do with the watch is absolutely awesome. I'm thoroughly enjoying it because the Night Watch, the watch, Captain Vimes, Commander Vimes, Watch Commander Vimes, he was all of them at some point. Just a good read, and I definitely recommend checking that out. Notes app is the next prompt, and what's the last book you had, writing down all your thoughts on it as you read it? I'd have to go with Indian Horse by Richard Wagamies. This was a heart-wrenching, powerful book about the residential school system here in Canada, and that was the last one that had me writing a lot of stuff down and really got me thinking about a lot of stuff in the history behind the residential schools. If you haven't checked out my video review of that, please do so. I'll have that link below. It's definitely a subject that needs to be discussed and needs to be understood, for sure. Mail app. What was the last book received by mail? So this would have to be Baden Hill and Gurzel by I Anonymous. So that is the last book I actually received in the mail. Thank you so much for sending me those books, and I have thoroughly enjoyed it. Again, if you haven't checked out my interview with I Anonymous on the channel, check that out as a live stream interview. I'll be sure to link that down below. Maps app. Name a book series where you had no idea the direction it's headed in. Honestly, Malazan, Book of the Fallen. I still having trouble figuring out exactly where it started versus where it's ending. I mean, this book series is just crazy. Don't get me wrong, I'm liking it, I'm loving it, but I'm hating it at the same time. I'm so torn with this series, I don't know what to do. And next up is the weather app. Name a book that feels like sunshine to you. For this, I'd have to go with The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I love this book. It's so lighthearted, it's funny, it's hilarious, it brightens my day just thinking about it. 42, the answer to the ultimate question of life, the universe, and everything. This is just an absolutely hilarious read, and it brightens me up every time. Absolutely love The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. That book is sunshine to me, absolutely. Google Translate app. Name a book that was originally published in a different language. So for this one, I picked the Witcher series. As I understand, it was first published in Polish, and now it is translated into English. So this is the series that I picked for published in another language. Not my favorite series. I probably won't ever reread it. I'm enjoying the Netflix adaptation of it, though. But definitely my pick for this one is the Witcher series. Uber app. Name a book or series where the storyline took you on a ride. This, I'm going to have to go with anything Discworld. I mean, this book series is crazy. You go all around the disc, you go up, you down, back in time, forward in time, to alternate dimensions of reality, and it is a wild ride. Every one of these adventures in Discworld, this is a series that will definitely take you on a ride, so check that out. Alright, Spotify app. Name a book that you would recommend on audio as an audio book. Well, for this one, I'm probably going to go with The Lightbringer. I mean, It may be just recency bias here, but I've been listening to The Lightbringer on Audible lately with the graphic audio adaptation, and I am absolutely loving the graphic audio adaptation. The narrators and full cast on that just make the book so entertaining to read along and listen to at the same time. So I recommend that. The Lightbringer series, graphic audio adaptation, so good all around. The Lightbringer in general is a pretty good series all around, so if you haven't checked it out, definitely do so. Calendar app. What's an upcoming book release that you're dying to get your hands on? Well, for this, I would probably have to go with The Lost Meadow by Brandon Sanderson, the next book in the Mistborn series of books. But also, does Stormlight 5 count? I mean, we don't even have an official publication date on that yet. But this is one I want more than anything. I'm so looking forward to Stormlight 5, but I also know The Lost Meadow's coming out later this year, or maybe it's already out by the time this video published. It's not out at the time of filming, I know that much, but The Lost Meadow is definitely an upcoming release that I'm looking forward to getting my hands on as well. So that is definitely something there. Of course, Sanderson, which is basically an auto-buy for me at this point. Clock app. What's the last book that had you losing track of time because it was so good? Wow. There are so many to choose from on this that I can't even name just one that might have had me losing track of time. Basically anything by Brian Greene, I'm losing track of time all the time because it's just so captivating to read. So Until the End of Time is a good example of that. Now, and the fact that it's a physics book and time is one of the 4 dimensions of our physical universe based on the quantum mechanics and physics, maybe that's a good example of Until the End of Time, a book that had me losing track of time. But that was definitely one. And basically anything, but any of these physics books out there, or even some really good books like anything by Brandon Sanderson's Cosmere, I just get so into that sometimes I don't realize how much time I've been reading them. So that's always a fun one as well. Goodreads app. What was the last book that you gave a 5-star review on? Well, for this I'd have to go with The God Equation by Mikio Kaku. At least as of the day of filming, this was the last book I gave a 5-star rating to. It's also a pretty recent read for me, and thoroughly enjoyed getting into the history of the search for theory of everything. Check out my review on that if you haven't already. I should have that link below as well. So there you have it. There is my phone apps book tag. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what your answers would be down below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to do this tag too. I'd love to see it, so let me know in the comments down below. And of course, as always, until next time, thanks for watching. Follow me on my socials linked below. And until next time, keep on reading. Bye!